Welcome, welcome everyone. I'm so glad to be out here today. Really, I am. I'm so glad. Oh, but have a look. We've got a bit of the wet stuff now to deal with. Wow, look at that. So before we get going, I just want to thank each and every one of you for coming in today. Today is going to be special. Today and for a few days on, it's going to be very special because, thank you, Loco Moco, welcome. Today's going to be special because I'm going to get to show you guys a little bit of the stuff that I'm talking about with the flow of the river. This is a very unique opportunity for you guys to actually see. So while we do that, we're also going to be coming along and we're going to be sniping for a bit of gold because we got a bit of an issue today with the with how we're going to be working because we got so much water. It's going to be a little bit difficult bringing the trommel down because all of our pay dirt is over here. Get me? So we're going to have to make do with coming along and sniping a bit of gold. So I think that'll be pretty fun. All right, so let's get going. I'm going to go ahead and grab my pick and get my backpack put back on and try and get up this hill. Just like so. Okay, that's good. Welcome everybody. Now, it's going to be a little difficult reading the chat today because the light is going to be in a strange spot and I have to really watch what I'm doing. Because one false move on this bedrock and it's over for me. So we got okay, there we go. So we got people retracting their messages. We got people from all over the world. Thank you guys so very much. And yes, the title of the stream is called Gold, Hell or High Water, right? Which means whatever happens if I slip, trip, or fall, damage myself on the bedrock, we're getting back up because we need to get this gold up, right? So this is not a stream for sisters, right? This is a stream not for the faint of heart. This is the real McCoy right here. We're out with a gold pan. We got to get this gold up. Hello, everybody. Welcome you all for being here. We're a little bit early today. A little bit early. We want to try and make as much of it as we can. I want to try to answer some questions some people will have. Isaac, Ive, very cool. All right. So this is going to be a bit of a task because I've got to carry so much stuff, but I've got to also hold this camera. So we'll see how we go. Right now, we're going to start by traversing upstream and seeing what gold we can actually snipe out of this area we're going to. So, need to go and grab my gold snucker. What am I up to, dude? Well, I'm just out here trying to get some gold, so yeah, it'll be a fun day. It's going to be fun. Absolutely freezing. Rain. Water is high. My nose is running. And time is running out, so we need to get on this gold before the water gets so high I can't even get down the creek. bilge pump here. Not the bilge pump. This is the Yabby pump. And I have to flip the camera around. Very sorry. Alrighty. Oh wow, awesome. Thank you for tuning in. Well, you're most welcome to be here. A lot of unexpected things happen on these streams. Sometimes I find some gold, sometimes it's a little bit more difficult to find it. But today I got a lot of hope and I got a lot of faith that I'm going to be getting some decent stuff, because guess what? The river's up. We've got this massive flow that came in last night. And along the way, I just want to... We got Danny Escar, hi brother, doing something. We're trying to get some gold. Danny, thank you so much for asking. I want to show you some things with the flow of this creek. You see this little thing here? This is kind of a small example of a high velocity flow of water. You see how all this is jetting through here at the opening of the mouth of this creek here? We're getting a lot of gold pushing right through just on this line. But as soon as it gets to this open spot, it's all falling out just down on the bedrock over there. Case in point, all of this stuff here has been built up, this little gravel bar up on top of the bedrock, and all down through there, so it all spreads out. The big mystery is I want to know what's happening down here in this big hole. It's too deep, I can't quite get down there. But that's going to happen a little bit later on in these streams. I'm going to find a way to get down there. We got trommel 1 over here that helps us grind up some really heavy duty clays and things. But we're not going to be using that too much today, I don't think. What I'm interested in today is getting directly onto the bedrock and seeing what comes directly off. Okay guys, we're going to move along. We got Master X. Is this gold find hunt? Yes, it sure is today. I was wanting to run the trommel, but as you can see, it's going to be a little bit difficult to get down here. I need to try and build a road to get the trommel down, but I think we're going to be able to get some gold today. We got Raymondo. Hi everybody, welcome. And as always, I don't mind you guys making a joke or two. I can take a joke, and I'm not woke. But guess what? Let's try and keep it PG, okay? We've got people from all over the world, all ages, coming into this channel. And I have no idea how in the world this channel's blew up overnight like it has. But I want everybody to feel safe, and I don't want anybody to be picked on, okay? We all deserve to be treated with respect, so let's keep it that way. Thank you so much. Welcome, Susanna. Thank you for coming back. We got Michael Wilbur. I found $1,000 of gold this weekend in U.S. postage stamps at garage sale. Wow, excellent. All right, we got our moderators coming in. Susanna's here, waiting for Lean Bear, and we have a lot of work to do today, guys. Thank you guys so much. All righty. Now, as I go along, I don't want to bore people too much, because there's a lot of information that can be absorbed. There's a lot I can learn from you guys. But I do want to talk about some key principles if you're going out to finding gold yourself, which is number 1, you want to be damn safe, whatever you're doing. Whatever area you're in, you want to make sure, number 1, that it does actually produce gold and known to have gold coming through there. But you also want to be wearing the proper attire, proper footwear. And you want to be very, very careful, because when bedrock gets wet, bedrock gets extremely dangerous, a lot more dangerous than you might think. So use very much, take precaution, whatever you do. And realize once this stuff gets wet, it is slick as owl shit, so. All right, thank you guys so much. Alrighty, so we got so many people pouring in, that's fantastic. Thank you guys for the likes. And today, as per the title, it's called Hell or High Water. Oh yeah, Hell or High Water. I'm from the South originally. You probably wouldn't realize to listen to my voice, but I remember back in the day, do you wear Highwaters? I'm wearing Highwaters today, so we're out here wearing Highwater. Oh, we got a little friend. Hey, buddy. I think I just woke him up. I'm gonna let him go back to sleep. Now we got these little wood roaches. They're not like Spanish cockroaches or the type you get in like high-rise buildings. These little guys, they're your little friends in the woods over here where I'm at. So we want to try and make them as happy as they can be. So I'm going to put him back under the rock, let him go back to sleep. They hang around the river, so. All right, will tennis short work? Michael asks. Potato bug. So we got, yeah, that's right. Okay, cool. It's got some awesome people. So as we go along, as I said, we want to make sure we try and teach you guys some things as we go. And I have a massive knowledge base here anyway. There are people that know a lot more than I do. So if you see something, chime in, teach me some things, and I'll try and teach the best I can on here as well. All right, so now let's talk about high velocity flow for a second as we go up the creek and to get onto the actual gold. Have a look here. You see where we've got this slow moving water just beyond this little tree here, and then it gets to this little high pinch point here, and what's happening? That water's flowing a lot quicker. Okay, this means that is going to have, through this little narrow point, whenever this river gets super high flowing, and whenever you see that, you might actually get to see that tomorrow or the next day. When it gets super high flowing, you'll get water jettisoning, I can't even speak, through here, an extremely high rate. So not much is going to get deposited, but you will, on these sides, still get a slight low pressure zone where it's pushing things onto these rocks. So here is a good little place to check. Also on these little embankments here, for those of you tuning in, we're finding gold, thank you so much. But just over in these little packets here where you're getting these packed gravels with bedrock and things. You see that? You see that where it's just looks like it's just recently been put in there? You want to check these little low pressure zones. Case in point, have a look at your vegetation. These plants didn't just happen to be growing here forever. What it is, they can also give you some indication of where your soils are starting to build up, and they're starting to thrive because of the iron deposits as well. They love heavily mineralized soil, so it can give you some good indication of where you might want to look. So that's a very important thing to have a look at. Historically, over on this top of this bedrock here, it gives us some idea of how high the water can be. I have found historically a bit of gold sitting up on top of this thing where you wouldn't think it could ever go. You wouldn't think it would climb, but all spread down here, there's been quite a lot of gold that I've pulled off this particular rock. But check your little water holes like this, get little whirlpools and stuff. This is a massive low pressure zone here because what we have is we have the force of water coming smashing up over this rock and then falling back behind and then depositing in this little low pressure zone because it's out of the direct flow of the water. So good places to check. All right, we're going to keep going along, and I want to thank you all for being here, and let's try not to slip and fall. I'm carrying quite a lot of stuff, so we'll see if we can get through this. Yeah, awesome, Susanna. Yeah, thank you. All right, so just over here, just having on the flip side as well. And this is one thing I forgot to point out too. The fact that we're getting this nice, beautiful gum tree that's just growing up out of the very center of this creek. You wouldn't think it'd be able to hold on. this is telling us too, that's a nice little catchment. And once that tree actually matures and actually grows up to the stage of where it's going to have a thick trunk, it's going to block water through here. So directly in front of that, we're going to get a little bit of gold depositing. But behind that, we're going to get also a little deposit that's going to be coming out in some sort of a V shape back behind that trunk. So this is going to be a good place to look, probably in about, well, if we're still around 10 or 20 years, whenever this sapling matures. And roots as well, exactly. All right. Okay. So now, we were just here probably about 3 or 4 days ago, and everything is changed. We were just sitting on this bedrock and we were talking about deposits and things like that. So now, here's where things kind of change with the dynamics of what we're doing, because now we're going traversing into the deep, and now we can see firsthand what the water is actually doing, how the creek sort of builds up and responds to the flow of water as well. And we can kind of see now where these low pressure zones, the erosion of the bank on this side is different to this side, getting more of like a scooping out effect on here, because the bank is coming in like that. So whenever water crashes into that, it's kind of chuffing and scooping out that, but it's building up on this side. And it's the inverse on this little bend that we're trying to get to over here. Now this water is so deep, guys. I'm gonna do my best to get over there without getting in too deep, but or getting pulled under. But we're gonna go ahead and a good thing to do is actually throw your pan. But you know what? We're just gonna let the pan float along today. And that way, I've got a hold of my gold pick here. Hola, Larry and Rice. Oh, cool, very cool. Hi, Paul, and very good. Master X, bro is panning soon. Getting gold. I see my gold's already, pan's already floating away from me. I've got a wayward pan. It's kind of leading me into the unknown here, so that's pretty cool. I'm gonna let my pan kind of guide me as it goes along. And it's about knee-high deep now. Going under this little bit of wire. I'm just gonna follow the pan. We're following the pan today. All right, now don't get stuck in that thing. Shit, and I think I just did. Yep, I just did. Oh, shit. You. All right. Thank you. All right, so we're just following this pan. We are now nearly waist height. I'm seeing my glove from the other day. I see Trumbull 2 over there. Alrighty. Thank you, guys. Just following the pan. Don't go too far. Now this is about the weirdest damn thing I think I've ever seen, because have a look up here. We got flow coming this way, but the pan wants to go towards the flow. So strange. Thank you. All right. Alrighty. Okay, so now, as we go along, I'm gonna have a few words about flow and force of water and velocity and that stuff, all the boring stuff that nobody really wants to know, but it's very important whenever you're trying to find a nice spot to pan. So as we know, we have a whole bunch of high velocity water coming crashing down through here over this bedrock. But as soon as it opens up, just here on the mouth here, we're going to get gold depositing, falling out just in along the bedrock on the front there. Probably not so much down here, because in a high flow, in a high force, that's going to be pushing still. So you probably might get a little tiny bit down there. But mostly what's going to happen is, if you can have a look, see here, you see this little black band that comes along on the sides there? This is where we're getting a lot of decaying bedrock. And along with that, because centrifugal force is whipping around that bend, pushing up the gold into that bank. And this is exactly where, in maybe an hour, I want to come back down and I want to try. But this decayed bedrock layer is what we want to be working. Case in point, if you have a look here, this gravel bar that's been built up inside this bank over many, probably hundreds and hundreds of years. I'm not even sure exactly how long. But for a very long time, all that stuff there is suspect for gold. Okay. All right, so we got Paul Smith, we got Gord. Let's find some gold. All right, cool. Don't push the maybe. Centrifugal vortices, not centrifugal forces. Well, centrifugal flow, vortices, whatever you like. It's all the same thing. Don't push the maybe. It's all the same thing. You say tomato, I say tomato. All right. Okay. All right, so very cool. Water's really pushing. Okay, very cool. All right, so now let's get over there. The pan's coming right towards the flow. And I don't know if you guys can see this too, but do you notice how this water here, the velocity coming down through, if you have a look at these sudsy bubbles, how they're kind of turning like that? So it seems like it's a bit of a circle. Well, that's no coincidence, and that has nothing to do with the wind blowing this way or anything. What that is whenever this starts going, there is a natural whirlpool that goes kind of in an oval here. And if you can have a look down there in the water there, that's actually accumulated a bit of a gravel bar over through here. So places like this is what you want to really be trying out. Whoa, shit, going down. All right, okay, all right, just calm down. I got a fear of drowning, so just want to be careful. All right, looks like toxic sludge, cool panning, very cool. All right, now, before I go too far, I need to go back and get my stuff. Thank you guys all so much for being here. Whoa, shit. All right, that's a lot deeper than I thought. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Paul Revere was being a little bit too steadfast with his opinions. So thank you. All right. So, oh, shit. All right. Centrifugal force now. Yep. I mean, like, everyone can call it whatever they want. It's just, for me, it makes more sense as a centrifugal forces. They're all whatever you choose. It just makes more sense to me than a vortices. When I think of a vortices, I think of this, right? What's happening here. This is kind of a vortex, right? Centrifugal flow that builds up the bank, or the bend in a bank, or like pushes up gold, is in a coil formation. You see this here, this high velocity flow here, that is whipping around like a coil, not like a vortex, like a flat vortex. So, all right, come hell or high water, we're gonna get gold today. All righty. I have to refrain from singing popular country songs today, because it's like, I don't know, I feel like singing some of the theme to Deliverance, all that good shit. Okay, so we're a bit closer here now to this this decaying bedrock layer, and I want to kind of get a little bit closer here for you guys. The pan's just over there. It's like, come on, what the hell are you doing? We got all the really good shit up there, so what the hell are you doing? But I just want to show you guys, I think this is really important. When you come along in a creek and you go testing layers and things, it's not always the ones you might think is going to be the best. Like for instance here, we've got this one up here, and you see this kind of color change thing happening. I thought for sure there's going to be a lot of good stuff in there because we got these gravels and things. But what it turned out to be is that in along here, you see this, all this stuff here? This is all bedrock, decaying bedrock that's been flushed out over hundreds and hundreds of years. And a lot of this is loose, but a lot of it's so tightly, densely packed in there. It's unreal how difficult of a dig that is. And even this gold pig has a lot of trouble getting through that. But all along through here, where that decaying bedrock, you see that sort of like a blackish, sootish type, trying to get over here without getting shredded, this blackberry bush. But this stuff here, where it's all caught up in this clay stuff, that's got quite a bit of gold in it. The trouble is, as you can see, it's just a bit hard to get over there. So today, we're gonna be taking it easy. We're gonna try to do a little bit easier gold. All right. So, I would definitely love to serenade away. The trouble is, if I do, I would get deplatformed for a copyright strike. Thank you. I got Master X. That's some hit it already. Big Boss says, Master X. That's some marbles or what? Jolene says hi. Are you from California? Pan is bored. You're absolutely right. The pan is bored. The pan's extremely bored. So let's go ahead and break the monotony. And let's get on some bedrock. All right, coming up along through here. These little things. I know everybody's itching to get on the gold. I want to clean this pan out because I want to show you guys, and I'm not bluffing and I'm not lying, there is gold in this creek. There's a lot of skeptics on this channel, and a lot of times people just think, you know, they're expecting to see these big giant nuggets and things. You get all these fake channels, and you know, they pull out these big freaking pieces of gold that look like that size. You gotta know that all that shit's fake. All that shit's fake. This is not a fake channel. I am genuine. And whatever gold you see on here, or whatever gold you don't see on here, is a direct result of hit and miss. But I'm just here to try and teach and learn from you guys. So let's see what else we've got in this pan, because I knew there was something here before. But we do get gold coming through this creek. And today, because of this flow with all this rain we've had, it's actually pushing quite a lot more. This is before the flow we've had. So we've got one speck here, 2 specks, and all that stuff, while it's nice, we want to be getting some serious stuff today, right? So now that all this has been pushed through here, I want to come along and I want to see what it's left me. The river flow is a bit like Santa Claus. It's like Santa Claus leaving your presents in the night. And I'm sorry, but I was one of those kids that believed in Santa Claus for a lot longer than I probably could have. So, but that's just kind of symptomatic of, I guess, growing up in the Bible Belt. And I don't know, I guess the innocence lasted a lot longer then. So, okay. So we're gonna go ahead we're going to pull in this little tiny bit of gold we got in this pan, but I want to show you guys some of the stuff that comes out of this creek just panning. Now, James 5.3, your gold and silver are corroded, and their corrosion will be a witness against you and will eat your flesh like fire. You have heaped up treasure in the last days. And again, guys, with whatever you want to believe, I don't mind, but just don't be picking on anybody, okay? All right. So let's see some real gold really quick. This is the type of stuff that we want to be seeing today, okay? Okay. All right, my pride and joy coming right up. This is an effort in about probably, what, 2 or 3 weeks worth of work, just panning. We haven't even really gotten on the really good stuff, but I want to show you guys. You can turn this camera around. The type of stuff I want to be seeing today. Coming through here. See what Santa Claus left us. Okay? That's the kind of stuff I want to be seeing today, because that's fun to me. Oh, that's a whole lot of fun, you know. And I don't know if anybody else out there feels the same way about this kind of thing that I do. I mean, you might not, but I feel like each and every speck, I can kind of remember where it's all come from, relatively. But it's special to me, and I value it so much more. And that's why historically, I've charged a bit more for my gold. You know, I think I've put in so much work, and you know, I've laughed and cried over this stuff. And it's just, you know, people that a lot of things that a lot of people just don't really care about. They say, well, gold is whatever, you know, price it is, whatever they value it. But let me tell you, it goes beyond that. So, a bit of a sensitive thing. So I'm sure that everyone kind of maybe can relate, you know. But this is the kind of stuff I want to be seeing coming out of this bedrock today. And if you all can help me out with that and hang around and be supportive, that'd be fantastic. So thank you all. And I'm going to try not to waste anybody's time. I don't want to waste people's time on this channel. You know. There's far too many streams on this platform that are mind rot, and they are, you know, I find that there's really no value to other than shock factor. I don't want any of this to be shocking in the sense of, you know, I want it to be, maybe we can be shocked if I found a nugget. That's about it, though. It's all right. Let's get this gold pulled back into here. I'm going to have to set you guys back up over there because I don't have 8 arms, unfortunately. Go ahead. Get all this pulled back in, and we're going to try to get started. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. I really do. Okay. Alrighty. So what is that? It's probably about maybe 0.7, 0.8 of a gram. How much is it? People are probably asking. Well, you have to kind of do the math a little bit, but maybe $100 I could get out of it. I don't know. it's very hungry work. So, all right, pull it back in, pull it back in. All right, that's looking like a pretty clean pan. So let's get on it. Quickly read some comments, and I don't want to just continually be reading comments, but I know you guys are, you know, hoping to see the gold soon. But all right, so all right, reptiles and rodents. We got James Morris. Molecular Minds found gold in my grandma's dresser, aka K-Dog. Only take 800 lifetimes to make $100. Screw the comments, just keep mining for gold. Gen X explains. Well, I raise your comment on high, and let's do that. Thank you. All right, let's get this turned around. Let's get going. Enough running my mouth. Okay. That's back in. Actually, you know what? Put them in my pocket. All right, pan. Lead me to the gold. But right this way, sir. You guys are fantastic. So thank you. Okay. Lordy, lordy, I feel 140. Okay. Yeah. Oh, no, I can't hear you. Because I've got water flow here, I can't hear. You okay? No, I don't. I didn't know what you were saying. This is loud. Kind of. Yeah.